Coming up this week on Two Noobs, sounds like the editor of The Atlantic is pleading incompetence by the media rather than get behind the narrative that they helped cover up Biden's mental decline. Matt has a proposal. Next, what will poor Harvard do without taxpayer money? We're concerned they might go under. Pray for your Ivy League. Then ChatGPT seems to be in the fortune-telling space now. Maybe we can get them in trouble under Pennsylvania law. And we wrap with some Mad Libs. Who will be the first to forget what an adverb is? Start the music tellingly. Welcome in. It is episode 243 of Two Noobs Talking. Our episodes last longer than Bryce Huff's stay in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Good riddance, I say. Hey, if the Eagles want to pay me $51 million to sit out the Super Bowl,
yeah,
I'll gladly take that.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody's got to do it.
I mean, thank God that Jalix Hunt actually stepped up. I mean, but when you get paid that kind of money, whew, it's almost like Juan Soto striking out for the Mets and eventually you're going to have to, reconcile with that, I guess, if you're a Mets fan out there.
Just 12 more years, right? They have to live with that.
I thought it was 14, or maybe I'm wrong on that.
I don't remember what the length was.
If you told me it was 97, I would believe you.
Yeah.
With these two contracts, I don't even know anymore. I can't follow it.
The way the contract payout was structured, it probably will take 97 years to pay him all the money.
His grandkid's going to get like $1 million from the Mets.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, my
He got the
gosh.
Bobby Bonilla treatment.
I think he's batting like 220 something or other.
Nice.
Which is fantastic, and it's like, I remember watching, there was a video on YouTube. So, you really can't blame him for, he was, kind of half jogging it during the thing. And it's like, it was clear that if he was paying attention, he could have been back at one particular play. It was a ball hitting the gap or something like that, and the ball was trapped. And yet he kind of like lackadaisical, I got to go back to first base. Well, he got passed by Brandon Nimmo, who was ahead of him.
Whoops.
Yep.
And it was like,
Yep.
I thought you were talking about the one where he hit it off the Green Monster in Boston.
Oh, yeah. Jogged
And
to
was
first.
caught admiring it, and he jogged to first, and he only got a single out of it.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah. Well, he stole second. So he made up for it. And I'm like,
boy.
All it takes is just one playoff series for him not to show up, and they're going to boo him the rest of his life. I mean, I cannot wait for that day. Wait for that day.
Since we're on baseball, I want to give the floor to John for a second, because something happened in pre-production that was quite funny, and it ties into this whole we're not fans of the way AI is progressing.
Yeah.
John, why don't you explain to the people what you were trying to get Thursday night while I was watching the Phillies game? What you were trying to get and what you actually got.
Oh God, I totally forget, Steve.
Oh my God, bro!
I totally forget.
Oh no!
You asked.
I was looking for the Philly score.
Oh, that's
Yes,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I completely forget where it took me all over the place. It was everything but the Philly score. That's how I can describe it.
It gave you, like, if I recall correctly, the Astros score.
Yeah.
You got the Philadelphia Union score against Toronto FC.
I got soccer from across the pond. I got low-level minor league baseball, and I typed in Phillies score into Google.
Nuts.
And normally Google's like, "Hey, you want to know the Phillies score? Here it is." This didn't give me any. It was all over the place. It was not even just baseball. It was every sport, everything but the Phillies.
You were
Crazy.
getting like AL Central standings and
It was bizarre. I do remember that now. It was ridiculous.
that's
Oh,
a
my
problem
gosh.
I'm seeing with AI is it thinks it knows what you want, but when you type in what you want, it ignores you completely.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
give me what I want, and you'll have step one complete.
You would think
don't
that
know.
it would have like that capability, but it's like all the trainings it's like you have to train to ask it to get what you want out of it.
Yeah.
It's oh my gosh, so dumb. Yeah.
All right, let me introduce people on the program over there with the Google AI problem. That's Ghibli's John Tracy. I don't know which way you're pointing, Matt.
Oh, over there.
Speaking of Matt over there, that's Mansplain, Matt Craig. And I in the middle, I am Shut Your Damn Mouth, Steve Murray.
Nice.
We did Yardbarker quizzes last week.
We were above the average.
We were above the average, but there was one I thought we were going to do and we didn't. And so I want to take just a couple of minutes to do one now because since both of you are wrestling fans.
Oh no. Yeah.
You might be able to, you might be able to do this one. This is the can you name the professional wrestlers in movies quiz?
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Oh, could you imagine?
All right, go for it.
Oh man. Our Scorpion,
Rock?
like Scorpion King is the Rock. Yeah.
Okay,
I can't read that. I can't read that on my screen.
All right, so
hey, I'll make it a little bigger. How's that?
There you go.
Hulk Hogan is Rocky 3, correct?
That is correct.
There you go.
Type it
Jesse
in.
the Body was Predator.
There you go.
That's correct.
Spider-Man was Randy Savage.
Zeus was Friday.
Blade 3 was Triple H.
I think he was.
I don't want to know why you knew that.
Well,
it's right in my wheelhouse.
Marine. The Marine was John Cena. Unfortunately.
Yep. Or the Miz.
Yeah.
That was John Cena.
That was Cena.
Yeah. Miz did the rest of them after he did it.
Oh, my
Princess
God.
Bride was Andre the Giant.
Oh, there you go.
That is correct.
Over the Top was Hulk Hogan again?
No.
Mr.
Was that-
T? No.
No.
Over the Top, Mr. T wasn't a wrestler, was he?
No.
No.
Well, he did wrestle at WrestleMania.
Over the Top was the one with Sylvester Stallone, right? The arm wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
My God, there are some more in here. How about Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff?
Yeah, he definitely was in a movie. Orndorff?
No.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, but no. Okay.
That's pretty close.
No.
Major Pain. What about Scott? What about Scott?
Man on the Moon was Jerry Lawler.
That is correct.
Oh, there you go.
Very good.
How about Scott Steiner? He's got to be in one of these movies.
Scott Steiner? Nope.
Good.
No. Wow.
No.
Good pull. He had to be. See No Evil was Kane.
Yeah.
Very good.
Jacob Goodnight. How about that?
Nice name.
That's the name. That's his name. That's his actual name right there. Actually, the character.
Glenn Jacobs as Kane played Jacob Goodnight. And he's the mayor of Knoxville.
What's
there?
I'm curious. What's the average in this? Now that we have
the
this up.
average is
8.5. So we're
you've already
over.
beat the average.
How about
Very
that?
good.
Very good.
Nice.
The Youngest Yard 2005.
Batista has to be in one of these movies.
That had to be the Big Show.
Oh, there you go.
Big Show.
Oh, the Water Boy.
The Water Boy.
Nice.
Not the longest straw, but it was the Water
Okay,
Boy.
so football movie and Big Show. I got it.
What about Batista? Batista's got to be in the movie in here somewhere.
Batista.
No.
He was in Spectre, the 007 movie, but that's not up here.
Randy Orton has to be in one of these, right?
Yeah.
Randy Orton.
He's a good-looking kid.
No.
Nope.
Yeah. No.
No?
No, sir.
We got Cena. We got Rock. Jesse, Hogan, Andre. Roddy Piper has to be in one.
Yeah,
of these.
Roddy Piper's got to be in. one.
Roddy Piper was in They Live.
Oh, there you
John
go.
Carpenter movie. There
Look
you
at
go.
that
I
right
didn't
there.
see that on the screen.
How cool is that?
could've pulled
Yeah.
one. There you go. Roddy Piper. Okay.
Oh, gosh. Longest Yard.
Major Pain. Who the hell was in Major Pain?
You're going to laugh when you either
Ric Flair.
figure it out.
Ric Flair has to be in one of these movies.
Flair.
Woo! No.
No. Car Shield commercials, yes.
Movies? No.
Was Dusty Rhodes in any of these? Probably not, but
Dusty Rhodes. No.
yeah, I'm at a loss for all these.
Yeah, we got like 4 minutes
I don't know
too.
anybody
here.
else.
Oh my gosh. Let's see.
We still got 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Who would be in the, would Mark Henry be in The Longest Yard?
Oh, that's a good guess.
Mark Henry. No, sir.
That's with a K.
And I can't help you because I never saw The Longest Yard.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah.
So,
That was a remake of the
Burt
earlier
Reynolds
one with the Burt Reynolds one.
yeah, Adam
was the-
Sandler was in it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
And proceeded to
That's
flush it down the
Longest
toilet, basically, with him being in
Mhm.
it. So,
Yeah.
Major Pain, though, that one is going to bug me.
Yeah. Over the Top's gonna bug me too because I've seen that movie 1 trillion times by accident. It's incredible. You think I would?
What
know.
about Sting? Sting had to be in the movie.
Sting. Sting was not.
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
movie.
Steve
Sting
Borden
was not in the
yeah.
movie. No, I can't think of anybody else that would.
Who would have been written off TV to go
Diamond
do a
Dallas
movie?
Pages was probably in a movie.
Ah,
at one
DDP
time,
had to
right?
been in, yeah.
There
Ah, there you
Devil's
go. The
Rejects.
Devil's
Okay.
Rejects. As,
Okay.
as Billy
With,
Ray Snapper. Look at that name. Wow.
Yeah. Rob Zombie film. Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. Okay, so Diamond Dallas Pages in a movie, which Kevin Nash would have to be in a movie.
Yeah,
then.
that's a good one. Yeah.
Kevin Nash was. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
The
And
and the
Punisher.
Punisher.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
With
now
Scott
he was
Hall?
also.
Okay.
Kevin Nash was also in
No.
one of the John Wicks.
Was he
Mhm.
really? Oh, wow.
Yes, he was.
How
Yeah.
about that?
He was a bouncer or
Yes, he was a
uh,
bouncer.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who lost 70 or 60 kilograms or something in weight. He lets him live.
Did
John Wick.
did we say the
Yeah.
Miz at all or no?
We talked about the Miz.
We did, but he's
talked
not
about it.
listening. Okay, yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
and-
Most of his movies are straight to DVD anyway because he's
Yeah. And they're
That's
all
true.
Marine 2, 3, 4,
4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, and he doesn't come across as a Marine. It's like it's amazing what a lack of talent gets you these days in Hollywood.
All right, we got a minute.
Minute and
All
a
right,
half.
let's think. Was Scott Hall in anything?
We
guess.
tried Scott
Razor
Hall.
Tried
Ramon.
Scott Hall.
Yeah.
Razor.
Scott
No,
Hall.
yeah, that's right.
Razor Ramon, not in anything.
I mean, I think you guys are missing a big one from
I
the
know.
Attitude Era.
If it's a big one.
There's, we have Triple H, we have The Rock. we
Not
have
The Undertaker.
Where's Stone Cold?
You do not have Stone Cold.
Oh,
There he is.
oh, there you go, Steve
Okay.
In
Austin.
The Condemned.
Damned, yeah.
Okay. The Undertaker would have to be in something, right? No,
I
he
don't
wouldn't
think
have
so.
did it.
No.
No, he wouldn't have did it.
Ed Wood is an old wrestler.
How old?
Pretty old.
Freddie Blassie.
Not him, but
No.
no.
Bruno Sammartino?
No.
I'm talking like 60s,
Ah,
I think.
Pat
I don't know.
Patterson.
70s.
Pat Patterson. Pat Patterson.
yeah, I don't think
No.
I don't think there's any more.
Had a
I mean,
had a penchant for eating the turnbuckle.
oh, George Animal Steel?
There you go.
No.
George Animal Steel was
Steel
in
and
Wood.
Wood. Okay.
Yep.
Highlander Endgame. Longest Yard.
I'm interested in the Troy one because I don't remember, and I'm sure it's obvious.
Still to get like with only 8 left. That's pretty good. 3.
Yeah,
2,
you got
1.
16, so that's pretty good. All right, here we got.
Edge.
Terry Funk was in Over the Top. Damn it!
Oh my gosh. You have
Yes, he had
Edge.
Edge. The Great Khali
my
was
God.
in
How-
The Longest Yard. Chris
Okay,
Jericho,
Jericho?
in MacGruber. Bam Bam Bigelow in Major Pain.
Okay.
and that makes sense. Bundy, yeah.
King Kong Bundy in Moving.
Lou
Terry Funk
Albano.
over the top. Lou Albano,
And
stay
I don't
tuned.
even know who the fuck that guy is.
Tyler Mane, yeah. I know the character he played. I don't remember him from.
He was
anything
not
ever.
a professional wrestler that we would know.
Crazy. How do we not get How do we not get Edge though, John? That bugs
Yeah, I
me.
was kind of surprised you didn't get that one.
Yeah.
Because he
Damn.
broke
Oh,
his
there you
neck
go.
and left wrestling. Like, if it was TV shows, I knew he was in Vikings. I
Right?
never knew it was movies.
Right?
I thought he
All
got
right.
reacted and won.
Who knew?
All right, we're going to get to the Dubby Energy Fun Fact now, brought to you by Dubby Energy Drinks. Visit Dubby at their website or download the app to your phone. Use our promo code Two Noobs Talking. That's TOONOOBS Talking. You get 10% off your order. When in doubt, C4.
Oh,
Well, you folks strike me as the type that can't be trusted with high-speed explosives. So W's got your alternative, Galaxy Grenade. They've taken America's juiciest watermelons and paired them with a Mexican guava and topped things off with a squeeze of fresh lime. This flavor is sure to kick your taste buds into gear. You get $4 off a $40 tub with our promo code. And in case I forgot, it's w.gg is the website.
Yeah.
I believe John has a twofer for us this week
Yes.
because he is indecisive. Go.
Yeah, completely indecisive. So I'll start with a lightning bolt is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. And now that
I
you're
think
bored
I knew
with that
that.
one, yeah,
yikes.
and now that you're bored with that one, we're going to go with humans share 60% of their DNA with bananas. That makes a lot of sense.
Only 60, eh?
Only 60%.
Well, there is.
Only 60.
Well, I guess there is
Yeah.
some potassium in us, you know.
It makes a lot of sense. If you were just looking and cross-eyed at someone, that is why.
There you go.
Don't eat people.
Right?
Public
Don't do
service
that.
announcement.
Don't do that.
That is called cannibalism, children, and it is
I
in fact frowned
also
upon
did-
in most societies.
Yes.
I also just found out on a Joe Rogan podcast that aristocrats from England would eat mummies as a delicacy in the 1800s. Yeah,
Fascinating.
weird.
Yeah, that's really bizarre.
He said it, and then he goes, "No, you didn't mishear me." And he went back over it again. Creepy.
That explains some things.
Oh, my
Okay.
gosh.
Way to get rid of history.
Right?
All right.
Swallow
I've
it.
got a brief over 40 this week. Just because this irritated me as the Phillies were going down to the Braves
Mm.
Yes.
Thursday evening during pre-production. I just flipping channels happened upon the Pacers Knicks series.
Okay.
Tyrese Halliburton, the star player for the Pacers, wears the number 0.
This is a WWE work, by the way.
And to my surprise, another player on the Pacers wears 00.
Yes.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
Those are, in fact, the same number, people. 0 is
Yeah.
0. No matter how many of them you string together,
No, you do not
the
have.
meaning of that number does not change.
If you wore 2 and you wear 22, that's not the same.
Well, I'm going to have to look this up to see why that would be the case. Why 00 is allowed.
Because the NBA is stupid
Exactly.
in all their rules.
Oh, he's already got 0, but I wanted 0. Well, you could have 00. Oh, sweet. It's like twice the 0. It's like
I
if
don't
you
exist.
multiplied 0 by 2.
So this is fascinating here. I'm pulling it up. In the NBA, players are allowed to wear the jersey number 00 because there are no rules preventing it. Historically, numbers 1 to 5 were the most common.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, historically, numbers 1 to 5 were the most common, as these digits were easy to signal using hand gestures to the scorer.
That makes sense.
However, the NBA always allowed any number from 0 to 99, but there's no rules preventing a 00. That's the reason
Which I
why.
feel really bad for a guy wearing 99. That referee, when he has to call
Yeah,
the
that's
foul,
like-
when he's got to check his, he's gonna like. How many
I always thought, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but it's like the higher the numbers you go, and especially if you have like multiple different signs, the more fouls you're going to get. You know, because it's like
Why?
it's annoying the refs,
Oh.
and they still have to go over the score.
Or
Okay,
the less fouls
37.
you're gonna get because they won't want to count.
Right, that's what I was thinking. It's like, oh, he's number 47. I'm not going to flash that up. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 2, however, man, you're a fouling out tonight. I got
See,
your
that's why
number.
Allen Iverson got a bad rap.
Right?
He was just this.
Oh my gosh.
3. Yeah, it makes you long for the days when baseball players were assigned numbers based on their spot in the batting order.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why Babe Ruth was 3, because
Yeah.
that's where he batted 3rd.
Exactly.
Well, they got it. They got it perfect. They just point at people and throw them out. That's just the story. You. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't they throw
All
like
right.
4 people out of a game just recently? It was ridiculous.
Oh, might have.
probably.
Yeah, like 3 bench coaches got thrown out, and the batter because he bitched about a strike call, and he went, and then the other 3 guys went at the same time.
Wonder if that was Pittsburgh. Maybe that might have been a Pittsburgh Pirates game or something like that. Yeah. You're out
I like
here.
when they threw the
Bringing half the team.
Yeah.
the umpire who threw out the organist. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, the organist
That's
was
the best.
playing Three Blind Mice.
And he threw
And
him
he
out of the
pointed
game.
at the organist and threw him out.
Out of the game. Love it.
Dude,
Hey,
get your ego checked. My
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
they've got the power.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of got the power, we're going on to topic 1 here. We don't have an article. This is a think piece. Although we could have had an article if I decided to pay for it.
Yeah.
But the story this week was that the editor of The Atlantic
Hmm.
Mhm.
doesn't understand how the media could have been covering for Joe Biden. I'm just a caveman. I don't understand. In the wake of Jake Tapper's book Original Sin, which has come out, in which he details what was going on behind the scenes to hide Biden's decline,
Hmm.
the
After he was covering up for it.
right,
Mhm.
or the editor of The Atlantic came out and said, "I don't know what you're talking about." He said the media would have needed to be fed this information from sources inside about what was really going on, and then hidden it for them to have been a cover up. He seems to be suggesting the media had no idea. I'm just a caveman.
Oh, no idea.
No idea Biden was, his mind went off a cliff
Mm.
the last all years of his presidency.
What do you mean? I didn't see it.
Oh.
Matt, you brought this to us, so this is your think piece. I'll let you start us off.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think the media and Jake Tapper, I mean, ought to be ashamed of himself for now all of a sudden seeing the light of day where everybody kind of knew what was going on with Biden back in the day. But it got me thinking, guys, not so much of the media, but how do we prevent something like this going forward? I've heard anything about this from like, okay, you got to, maybe a special counsel to Congress, and what can we do? My thought process is that we got to go back to what made this country so wonderful and set apart is that we can put a constitutional amendment in place, and I would want to call for a constitutional convention, and in particular, we amend the Constitution to allow term limits, so that we don't have old folks running the country. And specifically, I would want for both the House and the Senate, so that you don't have any long-term people running like that have been in Congress for over 30 some odd years. So my thought process was for the House, you could serve up to a maximum of 6 terms. So you have 2 years for each term.
2 years,
So that gives you 12.
Okay.
And then for the Senate, two specific times, 12 years. So you have 1 term for 6, another term of 6. You're done. And then, for the presidency, you leave that as is, but you establish a minimum and a maximum age that you can serve. So, I believe in the Constitution, it's written, it's like the minimum age is 35. The maximum, I would argue 75. So, let's just say, if you're 73, you run for president, you get in, you only get 1 4-year term from 73 to 77, then you're out. You can't run again, basically. And the idea being that we don't have something like this going forward, because we had a party that literally was so deranged from TDS syndrome that they were trying. I think I even heard one person on MSNBC say that he would rather have someone with a coma running the presidency of the United States than Donald Trump run for office. One, that is the most ludicrous and stupid idea I've ever heard in my entire life. 2, that makes you a ghoul, to be perfectly honest, that you would have someone in there that doesn't have any brain function, that you would rather just flush everything down the toilet in one of the most important offices in the entire country. You'd rather just flush that down the toilet rather than have Trump in office again. That's so ridiculous and so absurd. No, what you have to do is, I think, term limit Congress and max age limit the presidency of the United States. That way you avoid anything like this going forward.
I know you want to replace me with AutoPen, however.
Totally. 100%. We've been working on it for days.
I'm with you on term limits for Congress. That's a
Yeah.
I've wanted that forever.
Me too.
It's never going to happen, unfortunately. But I think that's important. I'm not sure, because you kind of led with that. I'm not sure how that fixes this problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like, in terms, I think my overall argument is to limit the amount so that essentially, like, I know the presidency is limited by 2 terms of 4 years each. I have no problem with that at all. That's specific in the Constitution. I like that idea.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My only concern is the age. Because, again, when you look at Congress and you look at the presidency, we have a lot of old timers in there. Guys that are running into their 70s, 80s, and even into their 90s. I think there might even be one in there that's close to 100. I know Mitch McConnell, I think, is in his early 80s, and he's falling down all over the place and can't function. And there are a few others that are like that as well.
He apparently has a pause button, too.
Yeah, right? I had to do that, sorry.
I don't know that you're going to have a problem. Any age you pick is going to kind of seem arbitrary.
Yeah, and that's what I mean? That's a good point.
Absolutely.
And there are loads of people who they hit 75, 80, and they're not really socially functional anymore. But there's lots of people who get up to 95, 100.
Yeah.
And they're sharp as
attack.
attack. Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of hard to say we can discriminate on that.
Here's my problem with the story where they're blaming the media. Because I'm not blaming the media, I'm blaming the administration, because you're supposed to have a cognitive test.
Yeah.
I believe more than once a year, you get a physical at Walter Reed where they make sure that you are. Trump's talked about like 11 of them at this point. Like, I just took one yesterday, and again. He's like, I think he likes taking them.
Or he just likes making us think he might just like telling us that he took them. Maybe if he did or not.
But that's what I'm saying. That could be something that could be amended, in which that every 3 months a president needs a cognitive test that is shown to the American people.
Yes.
Not hidden from the American people, which obviously
this was.
Look, and actually it's interesting. It just occurred to me. In my practice, the big court that we have to deal with is the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit, who had a 95, I think, year-old judge, Judge Newman, on the bench.
Wow.
Her her fellow judges on that Court of Appeals had her kicked off because they said she was not functional anymore, and she's been fighting that. It's been over a year at this point.
No kidding.
And it's a really ugly, drawn-out fight, and I'm concerned that that's cognitive tests, whatever. But but look, we have the 25th Amendment.
Yep.
Which says if the president cannot serve, the cabinet has the authority to have the president removed, and which makes you think a little bit how much they didn't want Kamala Harris in charge, because
yes, sir.
If they saw what we knew to an even worse degree, and they're like, wow, he really shouldn't be president anymore. But they would rather leave him installed rather than kick him out with the 25th Amendment and put Harris in as president.
Yeah.
That tells you something too.
Yeah.
Like, this was a conscious decision.
Yep.
Well, we have the 25th Amendment. We could remove him. We see he's not doing well. We don't want to put her in. Let's just keep him, and we'll have him run again.
Yeah.
And then the debate happens, and they're like, well, we've got no freaking choice now. We have to get rid of him, and she's our only option because that's how we keep the money.
Yeah.
But that's also the worst part of our political system, is we're talking about the who's and the whats and the wheres about the president of the United States.
Yeah.
How many people are actually fucking in charge? Like,
right.
When we grew up, we had a president, he had an advisor, you got a vice president, you got some secretaries, they all meet. This last president seemed like the monkeys were running the friggin' zoo.
Oh yeah. No question. And especially when you have
and that's another point. How do we stop that in the future?
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, that's a great point. And I think the way I think we're driving this point home is, if you either term limit or, you have a cognitive test that is available to the American people, that kind of a deal. You don't hide this from the American people. Or you go on television and say, oh, he's fine. Oh, he's okay. When he's clearly not. The eye test doesn't pass the smell test, basically, is what I'm saying. And so it was literally like, if everyone saw this, like there should have been steps in place. But the problem was you had a party that was so corrupt that you could not, like, to Steve's point, the 25th Amendment was great. It was put in there in 1967. You know, this was probably after, you could go all the way back even to Woodrow Wilson's days, I think it was. I think Woodrow Wilson had a stroke and literally came down to the prevailing opinion was that his wife was actually running the country because he was so debilitated from the stroke. So in the case of that, you need essentially a good check and balance to make sure that that president is fit and that there is a good succession plan. I think there are steps in place. The question is, how do you try and essentially stop corruption from taking place within a particular political party?
And I think that's where we take this back to the media.
Yes.
Media's part of the media's job is to get transparency to the public. Right?
Yeah.
They're not just supposed to be yes men to certain governments and only challenge other governments. They should be challenging every government. And that's what happened here is every time somebody said, Biden doesn't look too good, I don't like the way this is going, everyone on that side of the media was like, oh, how dare you question?
Yeah.
And it didn't help that people like Pelosi and Schumer and all those people were, you know, oh, yeah, we've seen him. He's fine.
Yeah. And they're signing bills.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that is where the media comes in. The media should have taken this a lot more serious, whether it was an intentional cover-up or they just didn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
They should have.
Confidence or stupidity is the same thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When it comes to that.
Yeah. And it didn't help when you had like essentially like Tapper basically rip on air someone that was on the opposite side on CNN, basically saying, you know, hey, I don't think he's right. You know, he doesn't look well. Talking about Biden, of course, he doesn't look well.
Yeah.
And he can't function, he mumbles his words. And Tapper basically ran interference on his own show. He did himself no favor. And then 3 years later writes a book saying, oh, you know what? I think she was right. Laura Trump was right. And I'm like, well, okay. Like, what did you see? What would you rewind the tape? And it's like, come on,
that's the funny
dude.
thing. His claim, I saw a clip. I saw a clip of him on Bill Maher's show.
Yeah.
And his claim was he got this information from a bunch of Democrats who would only speak to him after the election was over.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to give him something that could swing the election to Trump.
And that right
after
there
Trump
is our
won,
problem.
it's like, well, I
What
guess
the
it
hell?
doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a vegetable the whole time.
Right.
That's logical. I mean, that is literally logical.
But that's
you know the way with the corruption, you know it's there. You know, even the Republican Party's not going to feed any negative information to Trump.
Totally get that.
Until he's gone.
Yeah, totally get that. But it should be stopped as best as possible, though, Johnny. That's the thing, right? I mean, that's got to be stopped so that you don't have something like this going forward in the future.
And I think if the media would get off of the hit pieces and get back to having normal conversation and having shows that are people debating each other, then the public will see that it's not this circus anymore. But it has to be a group effort through everybody to do it.
Yeah.
That CNN's got to fix it. Fox has got to fix it. MSNBC should probably just jump off a building.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
not good at anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to have the Bill Maher's have to come out. The right people that are willing to talk about the issues instead of just their talking points. They need to be on screen and do what you're doing to Trump to the next administration and the next administration. I don't mind that they're sitting there pointing their finger at Trump going, I disagree with this, I disagree with that. That's what we should have.
Right.
That's the way it should work. Everybody's like, oh, they're attacking Trump. You should attack the president. The only problem is you didn't attack the last one.
Yeah.
That's the
exactly.
problem.
That's the big issue. Yeah.
It's impartiality. That's what the media needs to be, is impartial.
Yeah.
right?
Always good to
But-
ask questions. Always good to
Yeah.
ask questions at any time and not be intimidated by somebody that may, let's just say, lord over you, that kind of a deal. And if you ask the right if you ask good questions all the way across the board, all in favor of that, 100%.
Auto pen.
Wow, who would have thought that Badumtis was writing out something up there?
This can't do my job.
My serious question to the auto pen thing after just to kind of talk about what we were talking about after that presidency, you didn't think there was going to be a controversy of the auto pen.
Yeah, right.
I was actually mad that it was that late in Trump's presidency where he started talking about it. I'm like, you should have used that during the debates. Like, why you hold it 100 days? I don't understand.
I was shocked that I thought the auto pen was just like, pasting signatures on digital documents. I was surprised to find it's an actual machine with a pen that signs a document.
Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. Probably built in the 1970s, it sounds like. More than anything else. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. It's an actual auto pen. Wow.
Yep.
Well, you just make sure not to give it AI or it might actually try to run the country.
Right?
Geez.
Oh God. We don't want that.
All right.
Could give everybody cheeseburgers on Tuesday.
That's the shadow. That might be the shadow government we're all afraid of. Is AI
Maybe.
signing all these documents? Who knows? Oh my gosh.
I could push the nuke button. On the other hand,
The Diet Coke button's a lot
easier. Oh man.
All right. Topic 2. Yet another article-less topic for us.
Oh.
I forwarded around
We didn't feel like reading this week.
Yeah, I know. My eyes were tired.
Eyes are tired.
Yeah. So I forwarded around a clip of Mike Rowe, who you may know from the Discovery Channel, was on Dirty Jobs. He also voiceovers a number of Discovery and Science Channel programs. Very fine individual.
Great guy.
Proponent of the trade school.
Yep.
He was on Chris Cuomo show.
Oh, God.
Dropping truth bombs last week.
Love it.
As I'm sure everybody knows, President Trump is threatening to remove some grants and other benefits from Harvard University up in Massachusetts.
Oh, man.
Mike Rowe pointed out that Harvard is currently sitting on a $54 billion with a B endowment.
Wow.
I don't know where we want to go with this, but I'd like to start with the fact that why the hell is Harvard, with its rich ass alumni and endowment, why are they getting my federal tax money? John, can you answer me straight?
I cannot answer you.
Then get out.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
With how much they charge to get in, how elitist they are, how woke they are.
Yeah.
Why is the federal government even giving them anything? This is a kiss my ass, please leave like scenario of the federal government. Why do we keep sending checks to Harvard? Well, because somebody said to. Well, stop that. Like that is a presidential thing to do. He's elected to do that. Don't do that anymore.
By the way,
we shouldn't do that anymore.
I just looked it up here. The following tuition and fee charges are in effect for the 2025-26 school year at Harvard University, which I love that pronunciation.
I bet
Steve.
it's more I make in a year.
Full-time students. Can you guys guess how much per academic year?
I feel like we went over this before, so I'm going to say for the academic year, 120,000.
John, what do you think?
I'm saying it's over 100. I don't know. I don't have a exact guess.
Well, both of you are incorrect. You're a little bit too high. It is $62,244.
In state or out of state?
Full time.
I could put a kid into it if I had 4 of my jobs.
Full time. Yeah, it's full time student, no matter if it's in or out of state.
Oh, they
There
don't
is
qualify.
also a student graduation fee of $120, just so you know, completely separate from that.
That's because Harvard can't otherwise afford the cap and gown for graduation.
Yeah, but what's that 58 billion doing?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's the
And then
that's
you
the
have
Ponzi
interest on-
scheme that
what's
goes
the
on at these
interest on 58
universities,
billion?
John. That's the Ponzi schemes that are happening. Why does this
Well,
this
that's
university have 50 some odd
Well,
billion
no, they have
dollars?
more because it's in the bank and they make interest off of that.
Uh-huh.
And that's not going anywhere. So they're just getting free money. They're getting $58 billion free money and then making money off that money.
Yeah. Ponzi
Like,
scheme.
It's ridiculous.
Tell me that's not a
They
Ponzi
should not
scheme.
get that money.
Yeah. Honestly.
Oh, it's totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And they get wealthy. Their alumni make wealthy donations.
Mhm.
There is no need for them to be getting federal tax dollars.
No.
Absolutely none.
None.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
But what should be getting federal tax dollars are trade schools because we need more plumbers, we need more electricians, we need more carpenters.
Yeah.
We need infrastructure stuff. We need people that nobody wants to work, especially in the field I'm in. Nobody wants to work.
Right?
You get a good one. You're like, yeah. Hopefully this will last.
I was going to say we don't need any lawyers. Sorry, Steve. I'm just saying.
Hey.
No, we do. No, we need specific things, but we need to move and grow as a country.
Yeah.
Mike Rowe's absolutely right. We need to invest in the infrastructure. We
No
need
question.
construction workers. We need these things.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, how else are we going to grow? And if the federal government's not investing in it, it's never going to go anywhere.
Especially
Yeah.
all they talk about is roads and bridges, right? We got to fix the roads and bridges. Well, you got to get people that are actually labor can do that. And right now we don't have, John, to your point, you're spot on. We don't have that right now.
maybe if we had more, it would take them more than 20,000 years to finish I-95.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or Old Eagle School Road. Guys, I could tell you, John's been here, when he was here a couple months ago. Old Eagle School Road is more like Pothole City back there. It is god awful. It needs to be fixed. It needs a repaving in the worst way possible over here where I live. And it just has not been fixed in over 10 to 15 years. Like ever since I moved here in 2006.
Well, that goes into same concept of corruption.
Yeah.
The pothole thing might be, municipalities are given state funding to do that, and they don't use it for that. I think money is leaking out of this country from everywhere.
I agree.
When it clearly needs to go into the education system on every level.
Or
it needs to go. All the government does is give money to social media companies and fucking colleges that don't produce anything.
And that's the point.
It's got to get to a point that we stand up and it's got to stop.
Yeah, that's a great point. You need to get rid of that.
It was Trump's suggestion that the money instead be diverted to trade schools, but Mike Rowe said, well, why are you doing that? Because there's good trade schools and there's shitty trade schools. Why not just have a national scholarship fund?
Yes.
And evaluate candidates based on their merit. And if all right, you're going to go to school to be a plumber and that's you meet the qualifications and you seem enthusiastic about it. Yes, we'll give you a scholarship to go to X trade school to learn how to do it properly. And now we're going to have a very well qualified plumber amongst us.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And I think that's a better use of the money is to give it to students to go to places where they will learn what they need to do something that the country needs and not just hand it over to a school like Harvard where they already have money flowing out of their ears and the students have to pay $120 to graduate to sit and listen to some student up there talk about being pro-Hamas.
What are we doing here? Yeah, exactly.
But also the question is, it's not just Harvard. It's happening all over the Ivy League. They just haven't exposed it yet.
Exactly.
It's happening all over.
Well, it's probably not just that, but it's also the major colleges and universities too, John. I mean, that's the thing. It's not productive. That's the thing. When you go to school, when you go to a college, the idea is your next step after that is to get into the workforce and be a productive member of society. When you see
Yes.
the colleges and universities now, you do not get that at all. You get basically gender studies. You get all kinds of other bullshit. And you don't get the training that you need to get out there into the real world. I've often said this on this podcast too. When I was at Temple, I really wished I had business training from when I first stepped in, when I became a freshman at that university. Day one, intro to accounting. Day two, or something along those lines, or marketing or whatever. Instead, I had to wait 2 full years to get through a bunch of bullshit core courses that had no bearing, none, on what I was going to do going forward with my career. I had to wait 2 additional years before finally the introduction courses kicked in. And even then, it was like intro to this, intro to that, intro to this, intro to that. And it's like, where are we going with all of this? What was the past 2 years like? It was bullshit. There was nothing that was contributing towards, where I was going to go in my career. I didn't need that third world history class. I'm sorry, Temple U. I didn't need that class. I wasn't.
Are you sure, Matt?
No.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
Especially when I had, a professor that was basically just plastered her entire lecture on the screen in front of us and basically just read off of that. I didn't need that.
Matt, I don't know how you succeed in accounting without knowing about the perils of testicles.
I mean, Matt, I think you really need to rethink that.
Well,
I mean, that might have been the best class you ever had.
Maybe just rewind until 1994, Matt. That kind of a deal.
I train for a living, and I'm kind of successful at it. And you know why I'm successful at it?
Because you train what you're actually supposed to be doing?
Because I cut the bullshit immediately.
Yeah.
Like, let's get down to brass taxes. You need to do this, and you need to know how to do this.
Yeah.
Dude, let's start doing it. Let's learn.
Yeah.
It's not about this or that or that. Orientation ends a weekend, and then it should be, but that's the way school should be.
Yeah.
You should be able to fuck around for a week and then get down to business, because what we're doing is we're feeding our country. And our country will only survive from the young people.
Yep.
All businesses will only survive if young people come up.
Mm-hmm.
And if this education system is literally fucking backwards, it is. Trust me, it is. I have a 12-year-old that was in Texas schools that is not in Texas schools because they were going so fucking backwards. I think they were teaching them to forget shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still getting federal money. For no reason.
Yeah.
For no reason. You're not educating the kids. And you're still getting billions and billions of tax dollar money because everybody pays taxes and there's a lot of money that they have and you just misuse it.
Yeah.
Especially in the education system.
Oh, yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And that is the truth right there, John. You're exactly right. There is so much spending in the education and yet it has not gone anywhere. The results have been devastating to the country, and that
do you know what Texas
absolutely needs to change.
You know what Texas decided to do last year? They don't have Black History Month. They don't. You can't learn about inventors like at all. Like they won't even cover anything. Like they're literally focusing on this thing called the STAR test.
Okay.
And that's how they get their government funding. So all they do is train the kids to take a test all year. And then if the kids pass, boom, you get all your federal funding.
You get your federal funding and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all they're doing now. They're not.
And that really should
be.
not. Yeah, that should not be. That really should not be, especially if you all you're doing is getting enough money for the next school year. We got a problem. We got a huge problem with the kids.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Harvard. So just to lighten the mood, I saw another video this morning. It was from a softball game.
Oh.
And the girl on the mound, throws the pitch.
Oh yeah.
Strike. And then the catcher.
Yeah.
So Matt's seen it. The catcher reacts like she got something in the eye, and it's like, what's going on here? And they slowed it down. A piece of mud as she's like doing her wind up, kicks off of her cleat
It's crazy.
straight ahead of her. The ball then hits that clump of mud and explodes it, and some of it goes into the catcher's eye.
It's
like,
amazing. I've never seen anything like that. Yeah.
how? Just
Yeah.
how?
Yeah.
It's Randy Johnson beating the seagull who happens to fly right in the middle of his pitch. Like,
Yeah.
how is it possible?
It's just crazy.
I don't know. Didn't you take physics? You tell us.
I could. I just don't feel like it. And if you don't feel like it, you should visit our website, talking.wordpress.com. There you can watch our episodes going from 242 all the way back to 140. If you want to see something before that, it will take you to our YouTube channel where we ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and comment. We got another smart-ass comment from Glenn on the most recent episode.
Nice.
Something about the tush push. He's not happy. Well, of course he's not happy. He's a Cowboy fan. What are you going to do? But anyway, back to the website. So there's a box there. You put your email address in there. You hit whatever the button next to it is. You will be subscribed. That way, every time I get around to uploading a new episode onto the website, you will be notified. And then you can go to said website at twonoobstalking.wordpress.com
There you go.
and watch it. Because just watch it.
So Glenn's upset over the tush push, huh?
That's fine.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
He thinks we can't get our minds off that all that man meat getting pushed around. But you know, I
It's a
would
shame
expect
when
nothing
you-
less from a Cowboy fan.
It's a shame that you have like an unstoppable play, and you know they were one of the teams that wanted to ban it, basically. So they basically threw egg on their own face, admitting to the entire world that they are completely incompetent at stopping an NFL play. Really amazing. Really amazing.
Yeah.
How you doing,
And then they
Glenn?
go and trade for a guy who's not good in the locker room.
That's gonna be fun.
Can't wait for that to blow up in their face.
T.O.
T.O. T.O.
All right. Well, we come to topic 3, which is a weird file, and this is indeed a weirdo. I don't even know what this website is. Dexerto. Once again, Matt, you come up with the weirdest
where
stuff.
you go, Matt? That's what
I would like to credit Not the Bee for finding these weird ass articles that and directing us to these weird ass website addresses, which is really hilarious. I mean,
One of these days, Matt's just going to get a virus, and then he's going to transmit this virus to all of us.
yeah, right. I mean, that's what I worry about with this whole thing.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, a
I'll be
marriage of 12 years is coming to an end after a couple decided it would be fun to have ChatGPT read their Greek coffees and interpret the coffee grounds in the cups. The man's cup claimed that he had been fantasizing about a woman with the initial E and was destined to begin a relationship with her. Meanwhile, ChatGPT analyzed her cup and claimed that her husband was already cheating with this mystery woman who wanted to destroy their home.
Oh no!
Originally, the man laughed off ChatGPT's analysis, but his wife had her heart broken. She took it seriously. She asked me to leave, told our kids we were getting divorced, and then I got a call from a lawyer. That's when I realized this wasn't just a phase. His wife served him with divorce papers 3 days later. The husband, however, maintains his innocence, with his lawyer adding that the AI chatbot has no legal standing. A few years ago, she visited an astrologer, and it took her a whole year to accept that none of it was real. He added, recalling that his wife has a history of, when it comes to supernatural beliefs, and is often into trendy things.
Ooh.
It sounds to me like this gentleman may have actually dodged a bullet. What did you say, Matt?
I would agree. I would absolutely agree. Although, hanging in there for 12 years, God bless him. That kind of a deal. But boy, AI to determine whether or not you're having an affair because of coffee grounds. That's really amazing. And the fact that it came out with an answer, oh, he's cheating on you with someone with the letter E. E. Oh, sorry. Really bizarre. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know how she could fall for it, especially after being married to him for a dozen years. I think she just wanted an out. So I think, Steve, to your point, maybe he's dodging a little bit of a bullet here. If it's still something where she's emotionally driven, that kind of not thinking properly, that might be a bit of a factor. That's something, maybe a red flag there. But
I mean, if you're prone to believing fortune telling, from coffee grounds, and you're prone to believing everything AI tells you, that's a double whammy in my book. That is,
yeah.
You need to go.
Yeah.
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 Please
You-
exit stage one.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. I mean, what do you think? I mean, I know, Steve, you don't drink coffee. John, do you drink coffee at all?
Yeah, I love coffee.
Oh, there you go. So
He also uses it to determine his love life every day.
yeah, I was just going to say, have you done that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And my wife would throw it right in my face.
Darn knows she would.
I don't understand. Like, whatever happened to just being in a relationship and leaving all the other shit out of it? I don't understand.
I don't get it.
Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, it seems to be a trend even online. It's like everybody wants to play a trick and everybody wants to do this, and it's all this ridiculousness. Oh, well, the AI bot said I'm cheating, I'm divorcing you. It's like, why is there so much turmoil in life? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
What about just marrying somebody you like and then that's it?
Yeah.
Like, you like them and they're awesome and you talk to them every day. And,
you ditch dating
live
apps
your
off your
life.
phone and live your life together and all that kind of stuff. I don't get it. I don't get it, Johnny.
I don't get the tumultuous stuff, and this is just another layer to it. Like, let's see if you're cheating by our coffee grounds. You're cheating. She either knew it or she made it up 12 years ago, and this is just the result of it.
Yeah.
It's confirmation.
She seems like a whack job anyway, and he seems like an idiot.
He was married to her for 12 years. Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
though.
He spent 12 years
Yeah.
with someone that was a lunatic.
Yeah.
Well, the unspoken part about all of this is that after the divorce papers were served, he then logged into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT told him, well, now we can be together.
Yes. ChatGPT is sending nude pictures to him right now.
I'd like to know how he got ChatGPT to read the coffee grounds, because ChatGPT is a chat. What do they do?
It's
Take a picture, upload it, and
and then
interpret
analyze
That's
this.
exactly what. You ask it to analyze the photo, and it doesn't understand this shit. It's not trained to do that. It's trained for text communication.
Oh my gosh.
Like, why does this happen? I need more context. Okay. So this, and this. And then it's like, okay, well, this might be the reasons for that. It's not like look at the photo going, it can't even tell you look like it. A friend of mine did this because he was showing me how it worked. He took a picture and he said, am I handsome? And ChatGPT said, I can't help you with that.
Interesting.
Showing me that it can't analyze a photo.
Yeah.
Well, because handsomeness is subjective, except in my case.
Exactly.
So it's subjective. It can't be. ChatGPT can't be subjective.
Yeah.
But this is kind of subjective because he's like, yo, homeboy's cheating. That's what your girlfriend's for. Or
Right?
your gay best friend.
Yeah.
That's what they're for. That's not for what ChatGPT is for.
Yeah.
I mean, ChatGPT, I'm sure, was not trained by fortune tellers or people who are, capable of reading coffee grounds, such as that is some kind of practice.
Yeah.
I don't think the nerds who were programming ChatGPT had those capabilities, and therefore ChatGPT would not have those capabilities.
The fact that you created ChatGPT probably means you've never had sex.
That could also be.
I mean, just on the surface.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also picturing ChatGPT at the end of the day goes to a meeting of all the other AI chatbots and sits around and says, you know what I did today? I told this guy he was fantasizing about a woman, and I told his wife that he was cheating on her.
And Google's laughing and getting this information.
And she believed you? What an idiot. Oh my God. What a world.
Yeah.
ChatGPT says John is cheating on me with another host.
Oh,
It's happening.
Not cool.
Oh, it is definitely not cool.
All right, topic 4. We're going to do some, we did this before. We're doing Mad Libs, that old thing from our childhood, which was so awesome because you write the most obnoxious and crazy stories.
Yes.
You guys were a little tame when we started this last time, so hopefully you've boned up
We
your
didn't say the word
vocabulary to
penis
be.
enough.
Well, you didn't have to go that far, but innuendo is good.
See, we're on the same wavelength.
All right, so we're gonna jump right into this, and this is gonna be a first on the program. I'm actually going to don my reading glasses. so I
Oh,
can
look at
read
that.
the Mad Libs.
Oh boy.
Feel my shame that
Oh.
I need help reading now.
Oh Lord.
It's okay.
But I can look down my glasses
Oh,
disapprovingly.
Adverb.
Adverb. All right, let's get started with the first one.
Anyway, without the glasses. So
Right.
And also, if I get really frustrated, I can kind of remove my glasses.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It comes very handy with teenage children.
I told you not to do that, right? Oh.
All right, so first thing we need is an adjective.
Adjective.
All right, go ahead, Matt.
Adjective.
We don't have all day.
I know. Just trying to think of something here. Let's go attractive.
Oh, I'm
No?
gonna kill you for this.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not doing that because you'll see why. You
Oh.
need a better adjective.
Colossal. How about that? We'll
Okay.
colossal.
Fine. Colossal. Okay. Plural noun.
John.
I guess it's John's turn.
That's a person, place, or thing, right?
It's
A plural of them, yes.
Plural. Eagles.
Oh, there you go.
Last name, Matt.
Craig.
Last name, John.
Michaels.
Michaels?
Yeah, that's the last name.
Michaels. Okay. Matt, noun.
No. Orange.
John, adjective.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Matt, plural noun.
Plural noun. We will go with metropolitans.
Metropolitans. Okay.
Yeah.
John, noun.
Now. Now. Stadium.
Matt, number.
I need a funny one. 973.
Okay. John, plural noun.
Cars.
Matt, noun.
Bird.
John, adjective.
Adjective. And a list of it. Now it's gone.
What's that?
I had a list in front of me and then I closed it.
Don't.
Gorgeous.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, Matt, noun.
It's the only one I remembered from the list.
Noun again, huh? Car.
We already had cars.
Okay. Horse.
John, another noun.
Another noun. Light pole.
Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Matt to wrap it up. Adjective.
Gigantic.
Okay. Last time we did this, we had little known facts about U.S. presidents part 1. This
Okay.
is part 2. Harvard
Nice.
is a colossal university that has graduated the most American Eagles. Graduates include John Adams, Theodore Roosevelt, John F. Craig, George W. Bush, and Barack Michaels. In 1833, Andrew Jackson became the first orange to ride a delicious train.
There you go.
William H. Taft was the largest president ever, weighing in at more than 300 metropolitans. James Madison was the shortest stadium at 5 feet 973 inches. He also weighed the least at just 100 cars.
There you go.
At 69, Ronald Reagan was the oldest bird.
That kind of makes sense.
The most gorgeous president was John F. Kennedy at 43.
Oh, my.
Theodore Roosevelt was the youngest horse to become president, but that was only after the death of William McKinley. President Zachary Taylor coined the term first light pole in 1849 when he described Dolly Madison as America's gigantic lady.
There you go.
I think that had more to do with American history than our history book.
It may be, in fact.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
All right, whose turn is it now? I think it's John's turn.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, I need an adjective.
Ooh.
Sour.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that. Matt, plural noun.
Street lights.
Okay. John, another adjective, please.
Unique.
Okay. Ooh. Matt, adjective.
Jumped off the page.
Microscopic.
John, noun.
Bridge.
Did you just look out the window or something?
No, there's a lot of them in Houston, so you think about them constantly.
Matt, plural noun.
Plural now. Snakes.
On a
Ooh,
plane.
I don't like
or-
that.
In a plane. Yeah.
On a plane. John, another noun.
Another noun. A ladybug, because I saw one when I walked in.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Matt, adjective.
Let's go with pitiful.
John, another noun.
Another noun. Couch.
Matt, a noun.
Let's go with the sun.
Okay, John, plural noun.
Plural. Cups.
What was that?
Cups.
Cups. Okay. Matt, adjective.
Glamorous.
John, part of the body, plural.
Oh my.
Part of the body. Plural. Toes.
Toes.
There you go.
Matt, adjective.
Let's go with plump.
I like it.
Nice.
All right. John, adjective.
Oh, knowledgeable. Just because Matt said plump.
All right, Matt, another adjective.
Delightful. Why not? Delightful.
Oh, that's lame. Okay.
Ah.
And then John, to close it, a noun.
A noun. Like potato chip.
I will clarify that potato chip. Okay.
Okay.
The Great American Pastime.
Ooh.
One of the things most sour sports fans look forward to at American baseball streetlights
Hmm.
is eating a unique hot dog. There is nothing more traditional than watching a microscopic ball game and eating a hot bridge drenched in mustard, relish, and snakes. Some ladybug parks even have their own pitiful specialties, such as the Dodger Couch in Los Angeles.
Oh, there you go.
It's an oversized steamed or grilled sun.
Mm.
Hot cups were created at the end of the 19th century when a sausage maker saw his glamorous customers wearing gloves on their toes because the steaming sausages were too plump to handle.
That's perfect.
He put them in a knowledgeable role, and that was the beginning of the delightful dog in a bun. The rest, as they say, is potato chip.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Let's
good.
go. All right, we'll do one more here.
Okay.
All right.
So I think Matt, you're up.
All right.
Plural noun, please.
We will go with hockey sticks.
Okay, John, I need a number.
69.
Of course. Matt,
I
adjective.
said I needed to spice it up. That's the only
Yeah.
Adjective, you said. Let's go with dazzling. Ah.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Pen.
No.
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 That's a bad thing.
Oh no. The pen is not
See, we're
working.
mad at AI, and then you're
I know, right?
Google Pen sounds
All
working.
right, here's what I'll do.
All right.
Hang on 1 second. I'll open a Google Doc.
Oh, there you go.
See,
Look
I'm
at
resourceful.
this.
Well,
I
yeah,
am
well,
resourceful.
yes.
Of course, I need to open the Google Doc.
Yeah, that would help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steve's using this thing, ladies and gentlemen, called critical thinking. You might not be used to it.
You mean
but-
he's not most people would, right? I mean, but he's not doing
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Would have smashed the computer and went home, but he's already home.
Right? Yeah, they don't teach you this at Harvard.
No.
No,
They teach you this at Temple Law.
Yeah, that's okay. So let's see. That was dazzling.
Dazzling, yeah.
Type in
We're watching his lawyer skills right now. We're getting an inside the office look at Steve.
There you
I
go.
love it.
All right, who
He's
gave
like,
me
I
that?
can
That
put it up
was
here and then just read it over here.
Yeah.
all right. That was Matt, right?
Yeah, so it's Johnny.
John, you give me a
Yes.
plural noun.
Plural noun. Butterflies.
Nice.
Emphasis on the butt, I assume. Okay,
Hey, you
Matt.
should make it.
Yeah. Matt, noun.
Bear.
There. All right.
Aw.
Adjective. John.
Me.
Yes.
Mature.
Okay, Matt. Plural noun.
Oh, gosh. Squirrels.
Squirrels. All right. John. Plural noun.
Haven't had one
Goats.
adverb yet. Goats, he said.
Goats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matt. Noun.
Let's go with grass.
Yeah, okay. John. Noun.
Steamboat.
Steamboat. All right. A lot of those you see down in Houston, I guess.
There you go.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
A place, Matt.
Let's go Independence Hall.
Independence Hall. Okay. John. Adjective.
Adjective. Mysterious.
Nice. Matt, plural noun.
Oh boy, cars.
John, noun.
Now, cheeseburger.
Eiskin has cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Matt, plural noun.
Let's go with sodas.
Sodas. Okay. And then to wrap it up, John, a noun.
A noun. Because it's going to end it, so it has to.
But no.
Yeah. Heiny.
What are we, 7?
Go with it. Heiny.
Go with it. Heiny.
Go with
Okay.
it, Heiny.
All right.
Nice.
I don't even. Apparently, I misspelled that in Google here. Did they give me
I
a?
actually don't know how to spell Heiny. I would have to Google it.
Yeah, I would too.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. Video games.
Oh, that sounds good.
Okay. Although video hockey sticks have been around for over 69 years, they've become more and more dazzling as developers create more sophisticated butterflies. Today's bear games are so complicated, they require really mature attention at all times.
Yeah, right.
They have you sitting on pins and squirrels throughout the entire game. Such goats as Final Grass 13, Grand Theft Steamboat, and Independence Hall Noir cost more to develop than many mysterious movies produced by big Hollywood cars.
Yeah.
If the technology in the video gaming cheeseburger continues to advance, imagine what future electronic sodas will be like. It's heinie-boggling.
I'm glad I picked Heiny.
And there you have it.
There
See,
you
we
go.
improvise here on the show, and
I
it
love
worked
it.
out.
That was
It
great.
worked out.
Good
All right, well,
job.
that concludes the heinie-boggling episode 243 of
Which
Two
needs to
Noobs
be the
Talking.
title.
I love it. Oh, man.
Yes. We'll be back next week with more shenanigans and whatnot. But until then, please get out.